G'day, I'm Trent Maxwell,
And I'm Leigh Mason.
and we want to welcome you to our Live, Learn, Survive podcast. Since 2018, Leigh and I travelled the globe and met face-to-face with over 30,000 children in 6 countries across 3 continents. We've created a series of award-winning children's books, a global online education program, and are founders of the Live, Learn, Survive charity. All focus on teaching children and young adults life skills that not only help themselves but help others too. We're on a mission to spread awareness about fire and water safety and first aid education to inspire the next generation of first responders. So join us for the next half an hour together with some fun, inspiration and kindness, and we'll try and learn something too. How are you this week, Leigh? Welcome aboard. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Maxie. Are we still saying that? Are we still?
We had a week off, so technically it's our first one.
Yeah, I know. I'm noticing all the emails I'm getting this week. People are in that stage of, are we still saying it or aren't we?
It's like, not many people are still saying it, but it is our first. It is our first episode.
One back. So happy New Year, podcast world.
Episode 126. Episode 126. So it's good to be back. A little week off. It felt like I was walking around the house and the places not knowing what to do, and they didn't have a podcast for the week. But we're back and we have a full schedule going on for the rest of the year. So it's very exciting.
We certainly do. And it's good to be back, have a bit of a catch up and tell the good people of the podcast world what we've been up to. Because,
there's been a lot. It's been a lot of busy stuff on the beaches. There's been a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes of Live, Learn, Survive and our own personal lives as well. So look forward to getting into it.
Busy. So righto, Maxie, roll into that quote. What do we got?
Okay. So the quote this week, Leigh, is a man or woman can succeed at almost anything for which he or she has unlimited enthusiasm. I'll say that again. So a man/woman can succeed at almost anything for which he or she has unlimited enthusiasm. That's great.
That's great, isn't it? Enthusiasm.
Love it.
Whatever you're doing, find something you're enthusiastic about and just do it. I read a brilliant thing this morning that really on Instagram, and it was a bit deep, but it really resonated with me. So it's on the same vein as that. Find something you're enthusiastic about, and you'll never work a day in your life.
It keeps it interesting. It keeps life interesting. You've been in the present moment, in the now, and it's a really good one. So thank you for finding that.
Exactly. Excellent. So lots of great news around. There's obviously the not so great news, but we always focus on the positive down here. So must have good music, Maxie. Go for it. What's the good news?
Just saying, all these times of playing that whistle, maybe we should do our own whistle. I could whistle pretty good, so maybe.
I can't whistle. The YouTube people are going to love this.
Yeah.
That sounds like the birds out the window. Right, okay, what do we got then? Good news.
Good news. I've got a couple of things here, Leigh, so bear with me.
Go.
It's the new year, so happy new year again. Fresh start, a lot of New Year's resolutions, people get into routine and habit. A lot of people are back at work this week, so all the best for that.
Mm-hmm.
We've also, since the event's gone live for the February 29th event up in Brisbane, our speaking event, we've sold a few tickets, which is great.
Yes.
I've been very fortunate to have people that I know and don't know come to the Lifeguard Tower at Bondi to come visit over the last couple of weeks, just to say hello and see how the lifeguards work, which is really good.
Brilliant.
A little trip to the Gold Coast in between fiery shifts. Just a bit of a reset. It rained the whole time, which you could say that was an unfortunate event. But you know what? When I'm surfing, I was surfing every day. I was getting wet anyway, so I was kind of using it to my advantage.
It's the thing of living in the tropics. It's like
very humid.
It's tropical Queensland for nothing. Yeah. So and you know what? Even today, like the last 3 days, showers are just rolling in and out. It's as humid as all, and it's just tropical. We actually have more rain in summer in Queensland than we do in winter. Winter is drier time of the year. Rain, but as my granddad would say, it's good for the garden.
It's good for the garden. But yeah, we in Sydney had the most humid day, or muggy day, as we say, in 13 or 14 years. And if yours truly was on fiery shift that day, and it was,
Nice.
I think me and Piers both went through 4 or 5 different shirts.
Nice.
So it's just, it's very humid.
Nothing like, what is it, 20 kilos of uniform on a like 95% humidity day.
And before we get into the random act of kindness, Leigh, what have you got? You got some good news for us?
No, I got some good news as well. As I like to scour the internet and find some good things and stuff. So I've got a nice story about, last time we talked about the cardiologist on the plane.
Yeah.
Well, bless them. This one we've had another cardiologist running a half marathon.
Wow.
So he was running his half marathon, but not only did he finish the half marathon, he resourced 2 runners who went into cardiac arrest who weren't having such a good run. So Dr. Stephen Lawn, a cardiologist in Monterey, California, which is an absolutely beautiful part of the world, if you ever should get the chance to go. So basically, there was a gentleman running in front of him, 67, collapsed on the ground. Dr. Lawn straight into it, chest compressions.
Wow.
And then minutes after they crossed the line, another fellow runner, 56, lying unconscious on the ground. Dr. Lawn straight into him, started the CPR. Someone brought in the defib. And
how good's that?
Then there you go.
Did he finish it? Did he finish the marathon?
Well, by the look of it, it looks like he did, so that was good.
That's good.
But on December 28th, the 3 men reunited for the first time since the marathon.
Oh, that's great. I wonder what his time was.
Each other, but now you know what? They're friends for life. So that's
a really good story. Thank you for sharing.
And I got another one. If you want another,
yeah.
See, a gentleman on the Elizabeth line, which is the brand new tube line in England, which in London, should I say, on the tube, the Elizabeth line, which is just like the Rolls Royce. I think it's air conditioned. It's just absolutely beautiful for anyone that's been on the tube in London. Depending which line you use, it can be a totally different experience. Anyway, this gentleman, I can't find his name here, but I will find it, has just been awarded an MBE, saved 29 lives by recognising people that were, maybe struggling, acting a little bit out of character, went up them to start a conversation.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
29 lives saved, just the guy working on the tube.
That's a great story.
We can all make a difference. We can all do our part. So, excellent story. What a hero, and deserves his MBE.
Great stuff. Well, I've got one here that I did, bit of random act of kindness. We had 2 Indigenous boys from northern Queensland come down to Bondi yesterday.
Amazing.
And I was very lucky enough to show them the tower, take them for a drive on the buggies, chatted about the rips and different things, got them out on the rescue boards, got them to rescue me, do different techniques and paddles and rescues and so on. And I asked them if they've ever been on a jet ski, and they both said no. So I managed to ask the big boss if it's okay to take them out on the jet ski, and you couldn't wipe the smile off their face. I had the best time, and just little random acts of just showing and education and getting the kids involved in what lifesaving is all about might light a spark for them to maybe do it as a career or as a hobby up in northern Queensland, or even one day maybe come down to Bondi and become lifeguards down here. So it was a really good. It was a really good thing. It was filmed on Bondi Rescue, so maybe people listening in a couple of months when the new season's out, you might see bits and pieces of it. But it was a really good story, and hopefully we keep in touch.
Hats off you to Maxie. And you know what? It's like you doing that, and then the guy we're just talking about, the tube. Doesn't matter what your job is. We all have the potential to make
100%. Exactly right. And again, the smiles were ear to ear. At the start, obviously, when you don't know someone, they're very quiet. And then by the end of the hour or 2 hours we spent together, they're chatting and they'll ask some questions, and they're really in the enthusiasm to learn more was amazing. So
Amazing.
Talk
That
to the
might just
lads.
be the hour that changes those kids' lives, Maxie. So
Exactly right.
that's off to you. So yes. So
Job of
job
the
of the
week.
week. Tell us.
Well, the job of the week this week, Leigh, fire station's been, what it usually is, busy. But
Yeah.
this week,
Yeah.
this week the primary focus is going to be lifeguarding. We've had a
Oh,
massive week lifeguarding. So Wednesday we had a resuscitation down at Bondi, a
yeah.
successful resuscitation, I might add.
Mm-hmm.
The guys did a brilliant job. I was working at Bronte at the time. Heard the radio go off that the guys were doing an unconscious, not breathing, someone face down at the water. Heard the guys were out there paddling to bring the person in. I responded from Bronte to give the guys a bit of an extra hand. By the time I got there, the guys had already done 6 to 8 rounds of CPR, got a pulse back, had him in the recovery position, and he was breathing. It was an amazing effort. I saw a little bit of the raw footage from the Bondi Rescue cameramen that were
Yeah.
filming on the day, and it's pretty full on. The guy's very lucky, and a lot of members of the public helped the lifeguards carry him up the beach too, which is amazing. And I didn't necessarily get hands on with the compressions, but I was there to help the guys out, support the guys, and help extricate the patient off the beach. But successful resuscitation. We're very lucky as lifeguards, especially down at Bondi. We do get a lot of resuscitations, and out of the 10 resuscitations, 20 resuscitations, 30 resuscitations I might do, 18, 17, 18, you get back.
Yeah.
And so we're very lucky. We've got a very good success rate down there.
Yeah.
So hats off to the guys.
I saw because it was picked up on one of the news articles, and I saw that he was basically face down with no pulse, and by the time he left the beach, he was able to communicate with the paramedic.
Yeah. So I was talking to him.
Incredible.
He was looking at me. He was waving his hand, and he was communicating with me, which is pretty amazing considering.
And he was a relatively youngish guy, wasn't he? So
he's early 30s.
Yeah, so that's young. He's got a second chance at life.
Yeah.
Good on him.
It wasn't the guys didn't miss anything in the water. It wasn't a drowning and such where he was panicking and they missed the rescue. It was a medical episode. So sometimes you can't be everywhere, and medical episodes do happen.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, person had a medical episode face down, and one of the guys noticed that he was face down, which isn't a good thing, good sign.
Yeah.
And went out there and brought him in. So well done to, I'll mention his name,
team.
Troy. Troy did a really good rescue. Yeah, really good rescue.
Go Troy.
So and Noah and KC, Will Bigelow.
Yeah.
There was a really good crew down there that day. Mitch Scott.
Yeah.
Jack Curtis. So give the boys a bit of a rap. It was good teamwork. And then yesterday we had a really busy day at Bondi. We had a typical day, dislocated shoulders, lost kids, a couple of bag thieves, a few rescues, and then we had a late rescue at 7:05. Mind you that we finished work at 7 p.m. At 7:05.
You've all seen this on Bondi Rescue, aren't you? When you're trying to pack up and you're telling people to stay out of the water, and
it's just
one of those
classic late rescue where in the bike going 100k an hour to get there, getting dressed as you're driving down, and pulling the gear off, and then run around. I could see the person out the back struggling. Raced through all the people, got there, proper rescue. So it was good. We found out later that the ladies that had got rescued were under the influence of alcohol and some drugs. So again, we always mention that drugs and alcohol isn't ideal around water. Any time it's not ideal, but especially around water. And in this case, technically 7:05, we're out of there.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're very, very, very lucky.
Lucky girls. So hopefully they appreciate that as well. Going into waking up to today, and hopefully they make maybe different choices on another day. So
exactly right.
But, well done to you and all the team down there. I can see the photos. I can see how busy it is. It's so hot and humid.
probably been
people
the
are just
busiest.
flocking to the beaches. And you know what? February, the hottest month, is still not started yet.
Yeah,
So
it's still. I reckon it's been the busiest summer in the last 10, 15 years. I reckon.
wow, wow,
Yeah,
wow, wow.
we're doing 20, 30, 40, 50 rescues a day.
Yeah,
All sorts of different things are happening. Today's a really hot day again in Sydney, so
yeah,
I'm back on shift again tomorrow at Tamarama. So who knows what's around the corner? I've got a couple of shifts at
exactly.
Bondi next week. So
Yeah. See how you go.
there we go.
Alrighty. So yeah. Alrighty.
Unfortunate event.
So unfortunate event.
What do we got, Leigh?
Well, I think I think I win kind of this week, Maxie. You had a little trip down the Gold Coast. I had a little trip into Brisbane, which turned out to be interesting. So, turned up at the hotel. We were ready to drop the car off, and it was just chaos outside of the hotel. Traffic, blocked cars. There was like tradies there, and we thought, oh, it's just like Anyway, got into the hotel, and they'd had no power from 6 o'clock that morning.
Wow.
But they said Energex are here. Look, it's going to be fixed within an hour and a half or so. Hopefully, we can't get any early check-ins, but we'll get to your room when you can. Yeah, no problem, whatever. So we left our bags. We went for a walk. It's no biggie. Got back to the hotel maybe 5:30. Still no power. Energex are there. People were attending a conference in the conference centre next door, were arriving with families, and by this time they couldn't get into their rooms. So the hotel, hats off, Ridges Hotel in South Bank were absolutely superb. The staff were amazing. They started putting drinks on in the lobby just to try and keep the masses happy. Everything, like literally, there was no aircon. Got to the night, still no power. Bearing in mind, Energex in Queensland, because of the tornado, are rebuilding the network down at Mount Tamborine. Anybody who can remotely do anything connected to electricity is trying to put the state back together. And then it seems so trivial that a hotel has no, aircon so literally they had it all through the night. There was no power, no aircon. They got the emergency lights on for people at night because of safety. Energex wheeled in two of the biggest gun generators I've ever seen in my life. And it was something like the transformer blew the something else, blew the something. Totally unlucky, just the way it was. So the staff were amazing. We are going to go back and revisit them in a couple of weeks. And, the
Hopefully it's all sorted.
Just did everything they could. And it was quite ironic because that goes on the back of my cancelled holiday to the West Indies because of the cyclone. So anyone want to come on holiday with me, form a queue. It's never dull. So we will be trying that again soon as well. So that was that. And then the only other unfortunate thing, Maxie, I had to go to the dentist.
Yeah. No, going to the dentist is very unfortunate every time, I reckon.
Big procedure at the dentist. But 36 hours ago, I mean, the YouTube people, I was quite expecting to be really swollen. Not even swollen, no pain. Mr. Dentist, what a trooper. So
it's really good to hear.
Happy days. So
all right,
that's me. Anything for you? You got
no, it's been pretty good this week. Touch wood. No issues, no dramas.
Pushy's still going well?
Yeah, Pushy's going well. Yeah, everything's going well.
We need to get you that scooter, mate. We need to. You're working too hard. You need the scooter.
We'll see.
Yeah, exactly. All right then.
Dad joke.
What do we got?
Okay, what have you got, Leigh?
Well, Maxie, I've been thinking. I was thinking I'll start a new career. I was thinking I could be a florist, but then I thought I don't see a fuchsia in it.
All right. Well, I got one for you because you did say you went to the dentist. What time did the man or Leigh go to the dentist?
Oh, I don't know, Maxie. What time did the man go, or Leigh, go to the dentist?
Tooth hurty.
2:30. How on point you are. That's amazing. That's amazing. Have you got another one? Oh,
yeah, I've got one more here. Where do math teachers go on vacation?
Don't know. Where do they go on vacation?
Times Square.
That's good, Maxie. You knew that was good. You delivered that with gusto. You knew that was good. Anyway, I've got another. So my grandmother, Maxie, always used to say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I'm older, I think it was just one of Granny's myths.
Myth. I like it. I do like it.
Oh, there we go. Look, this.
I hope everyone's laughing with those ones.
Yes, exactly. This is what the people want. Alrighty. So what do we got?
Tip of the week.
Tip of the week.
Yes, tip of the week this week, guys. Before we launch what we've been working on the 1st of Feb, a couple of weeks between now and then, we're going to be given a couple of tips around water safety.
Yes.
So far, there has been, just got the numbers here, there's been 46 drownings across Australia since the 1st of December.
Yes.
That's not just on the coastal, that's not just beaches, that's rivers, lakes, dams, pools, bathtubs. So it is very important, that's 46 lives impacted by first responders, families, people that witnessed the situation. Yeah. It's very important to be aware of your surroundings, know your limits, don't go swimming at unpatrolled beaches, always check the depth, just know what to do around water. Can't stress it enough. The numbers are a little bit down from last year's horrible summer with drownings, but still 46 people, and it seems to be most days or every couple of days we get drownings popping up. So please always swim between the red and yellow flags. If you do go to unpatrolled beaches, ideally don't go to them, but if you do, please watch the water for at least 5-10 minutes before you go in. Try and spot where the waves and the sandbanks are. Avoid where the water is calm and inviting and no water moving. No waves are breaking. And kind of, a lot of people think that's where it's safe to swim, but that's actually where the rip is. So just be mindful of that. Always be with someone. Have a phone handy in case a situation was to arise. You can call 000 and go get help. Yeah. It is quite hot outside, so look after yourselves with a hat, sunscreen, sunglasses. Yeah. Make sure that you have water and food throughout the day, and just know your location.
Yeah, great advice, Maxie, because, we're recording this on Saturday morning, so I think the numbers were up to yesterday lunchtime, so 46. Interestingly, looking, because it's Royal Lifesaving Australia that collate this data, in 10 years, the average is within 3. So it's not really changing.
No.
So,
we just see it all the time. A lot of people are reactive to the drowning. So people that come out of the woodwork that do some great stuff, but a lot of the time they do the campaigns after the drowning start to happen. I've seen certain things pop up the last couple of days. It's like, well, it's a little too late. People should be getting warned all year round and coming into springtime, gearing up for, we've had 2-3 months of warm, hot, dry weather. And, it's nearly the middle of January, and campaigns are coming out now, and it's all reaction to unfortunately these 46 drownings that have happened. So our goal at Live Learn Survive,
we're already, it's middle of January, we're already, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off then, but it's already middle of summer, and we're average one a day. We're 45 days into almost summer, and it's 46 drownings. It's averaging one a day, and it happens every year. Crazy.
So just our goal with Live Learn Survive is to get the education, and then not just about water safety, but fire safety, first aid, and resilience as well. So we've got a long way to go, but slowly but surely, we're getting more and more people involved. More and more people understand what Live Learn Survive is all about, and slowly but surely we'll get there, and we will hopefully save lives in the process.
We absolutely will, Maxie. Absolutely. So well said, and some great advice there. So if you are heading off to the beach in the next few days, take note, listen, and knowledge saves lives. So okay then, Maxie, playlist. What are we going to be listening to when we're at the beach?
So the Spotify playlist, Live, Learn, Survive. This week is "Dancing in the Dark" by Bruce Springsteen.
Oh,
great song. Come on the other day in the fire truck when we were responding to a call, and it's such a, if you listen to the lyrics and the words, it's a really good song.
Great song. So in the fire truck, was it a night call? Were you dancing in the dark?
Yeah, it wasn't nighttime, it was during the day, but yeah, all of us are kind of mimicking singing it. But just a heads up to people that have been listening to the podcast each week, we no longer are going to be playing the songs on the podcast.
Yeah.
The reason is the old copyright infringement.
Yes, the YouTube people tell us off.
Now that we're doing the YouTube videos as well as the Spotify podcast, when we upload the videos, it says copyright, and I think if you get too many copyright infringements, they might ban you, or
so you've got to go and search
not available.
You got to go and search it now. Dancing in the Dark.
Dancing in the Dark, Bruce Springsteen. What's in the playlist? So if you listen to us,
Maxie and I singing anymore, which is a bit sad, but we don't want to upset the YouTube people. So
So the YouTube people, new audience watching these videos, Spotify, type in "Live, Learn, Survive," and you will see the Spotify playlist, and it's 175 songs from people all over the world that listen to the podcast, and part of the Live, Learn, Survive program. People, give their upbeat, happy, feel-good songs. So have a listen, and I hope you all enjoy.
Excellent. So right now, Maxie, random fact.
Random facts, Leigh. You got a couple there? You can go first.
I did. Well, I thought podcasting. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts over the break, and I'm loving it. I'm really, really enjoying it. So I was kind of thinking a few facts on podcasts. So, would you believe the number one country where podcasts are listened to? Sweden.
Well, there you go.
Did not think that. Second, Ireland, and third, Brazil, which I thought was pretty cool. And the most popular genre of podcasting is true crime.
Yeah, there you go.
And I'm some of my Pilates girls, they are well into they love a true crime podcast. I'd say they it's their dark side, but I'd be too scared to listen to things like that. But yeah, true crime. There are over 1.5 million podcasts available today. So whatever it is you're interested in, there'll be something out there that you can listen to. And they actually started, the average is 43 minutes long, and I think they started around the early 2000s. Yes, they have. So who would have thought that they've been going for over 20 years? You think it's relatively new, don't you? But
100%.
Going for over 20 years. So just goes to show you how long things have to keep going before people get to know about it. So there you go. That's good my stuff. Stats on podcasting. Yeah. Excellent.
That's good. So I've got a couple here, bit random. I'm going back to the random path again.
Yeah.
Did you know that pineapples take almost 2 years to grow?
Oh.
It could take up to 24 months for a single pineapple to reach full maturation, making it one of the longest fruit growing processes. Didn't know that?
Wow.
Yeah. The world's largest desert is Antarctica, which I think I've spoken about that before. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't realise. They think of the Sahara. They think of...
Yeah, exactly. You think desert hot. You don't think that. Mm-hmm.
This is quite interesting. Hippopotamus sweat is red. Did you know that? When they sweat, they're red. So hippos secrete a red oily substance, often mistaken for blood. This unique sweat acts as a natural sunscreen and antibiotic, protecting their sensitive skin. Wow.
Well, I would have never thought that. Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's one more here. A jiffy. So you said I'll be back in a jiffy?
Oh, yeah, back in a jiffy.
Yeah. A jiffy is an actual unit of time. Did you know that? I didn't know that. In
No.
physics, a jiffy is defined as the time it takes for light to travel 1 centimeter in a vacuum, approximately 33.3564 picoseconds.
So anyone who
Never
says
heard of
they're
it.
going to be back in a jiffy is probably not technically correct. So that's
Yeah,
fast.
there you go. There you go.
A jiffy is fast.
Hmm.
Wow, that's cool. That's great facts
So,
there, Maxie. That's pretty
yeah,
cool.
it's a couple of good facts. So
Hmm.
now I'm just we'll go into the next part, and the
Yeah.
next part is wins of
Mm.
the week.
Win of the week.
Okay, wins of the week.
Win of the week. We're having a really good risk. We've launched our event, and so for me, some of the wins this week is around the the event. We've getting a really nice response. We're getting people reaching out to us. We're being offered prizes. We've had there's opportunity for companies to be on board and sponsorship packages, and we've had some interest in that. We've already got some people taking them up. I'm just feeling this groundswell of support and momentum, which
Yeah,
is really heartwarming. So
yeah, it's good.
it's very, very excited. And, I normally, we'll message each other through the day of like if there's something good news or we've, something that's happening or the rest of it. And yesterday you were at the beach and were flat out and it was coming through so thick and fast. I just did a summary and said, ring me when you get home. It was
Yeah,
too much. It was too much. So very, very that is just absolutely lovely to see people getting behind us, which I really, really am
yeah,
grateful
it's
for.
good stuff. So we've still got 6 or 7 weeks to go,
Yeah,
but the support is good, and we're just got to keep building the momentum.
yeah,
And hopefully, it will be. It won't be. Hopefully, it will be a great event. Looking forward to it.
yeah. And you're going to be up here in a couple of weeks or so,
Yeah,
and I've got a couple of very important meetings.
yeah, you do have a couple of important meetings, which is very exciting. And I think we might have a guest next week, but the
Yes,
week after we can talk about some of the meetings about what we're having
definitely,
to
definitely.
take Live Learn Survive to another level and then a
Yes.
charity to another level. So yeah,
And the mere fact of this evening that I'm learning this speech, I'm I'm doing well. I'm getting through it. I've got 7,000 words that I've got to learn off the top of my head, and it's a process called embedding, and I'm halfway through it. I had a little pause because of the dental thing, but now I'm going to start again tonight, and I'll do that for the next week, and I deliver it to my first group of family and friends next Saturday night, the 20th. So,
it's exciting.
yeah, it's all happening, all happening. Woo! So,
Yeah,
first one will be in a safe space where if I need to refer to my notes, they'll be there. But I'm really going to see as much as I can from memory. So, exciting.
great stuff, Lee. All
Definitely,
right.
definitely.
Well, reflection.
All right. Yes.
Yeah, reflection this week, short and sweet, very simple. It's a new year, new beginnings. We spoke about it earlier in the podcast, but if you New Year's resolutions, trying to get rid of old habits, bad habits, get into the good habits. New year, fresh start, and you don't have to start on the 1st of January, the 8th of January. You can start on the 13th of January if you wanted to, or
Yes.
you can start on the 1st of Feb.
Yes.
But just know that it's a new year, new beginnings. 2024 is your year, and if you do have a couple of rough times and rough patches, just ride the storm. The rainbow will pop out soon.
Absolutely, absolutely. And last night I was thinking of some of the things that I started working on in April with the view to what we're going to be doing on February 29th and the creating little superheroes that we've started sharing on online. And I just started to look at some of the bits of information that was that I learned from starting this program,
Mhm.
and that I've implemented it, and you and I have taken some of the advice on board and run with it.
Mhm.
And now starting to see of some of the rewards of that, and it's like, looking back, I think, wow, that is amazing how far we came in the last 6 months of last year.
Yeah.
And it's only now starting that other people are starting to see it. But yeah, it's really good to just reflect.
And
Um,
get it
so
sorted.
if there is something that you've got in your plan for, 2025, just be brave and have a go.
Have a crack.
Just go
Exactly
for it.
right.
Absolutely. Good stuff,
Good
Maxie.
stuff.
So,
All right,
rule for the
rule.
rule book to finish. Mm.
Yes, the rule for the rule book to finish off 126, episode 126.
Yep.
The rule this week, Lee, is you can't please everyone, so don't let it put you down.
Yep.
Basically, just water off a duck's back. If you ever, that analogy is probably one of the best analogies out there. Have you ever
Yep.
seen water bead off a duck's back? It literally just beads off. So if you can't please everyone, and not everyone's going to understand you or get you or support you, but that's okay. Don't let it put you down. Just smile and wave and continue your path. And
There's
it's your
billions
path.
of people on this planet. You don't need all of them. You just
Yep,
need a few.
exactly
So,
right.
take everything with a pinch of salt. Stay true to you, and keep going. And just let them.
Keep fighting the good fight.
This is the time of year where I must have seen it a million times in everyone's bit of advice and stuff. This is the time. You know what? Tough decisions you do sometimes have to let people go, and that's
100%.
okay. So
Exactly right.
we all evolve and grow, and as you grow, your networks change, and that's all it is to it. So good stuff, good stuff. Great rule, Maxi. Good chat, good
Great
catch up.
chat.
All righty, and we will see everyone again next week, and we hope everyone has a good week.
Yeah, hope everyone has a great week. Look after yourselves, and we will see you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.